Man, we had to do it. We had to. It's the NFL 2021 season preview, and we are here to do something different. To pick the winners, and we also going to pick the losers.
Man, listen, man. We're going to be talking about the Chiefs, the Bucs, a few different NFL teams and what they're going to do, who's going to win, who's going to lose. But before we get into this, make sure you subscribe to the Behind the Mask podcast. Click the link in the bio so you know exactly when we're dropping episodes. Follow us on social media at the BTN Podcast. Share, like, comment. And when you comment, make sure you tell this cat Takeo about his losing picks because he damn sure ain't going to beat me. And remember, on the Behind the Mask podcast, there's only one rule. There are no rules. Now let's go.
Let's go behind the mask.
Man, what up? What's happening? We got this NFL 2021 season preview. And we typically don't do this to plus-size model. But in order to get different results, what did you say we had to do?
You got to come up with different things to get different results because you don't. That's the definition of insanity. And I think you insane with some of these picks you got for the 2021 season week 1 preview.
You're insane. Some of your picks are horse shit. And we're going to get right to it. We're going to start off with the opener. I know everybody is excited to get ready to talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys.
Facts.
Who you got?
Facts. Well, you know the Bucs, man. This is hurting me a little bit because I lost a bet last year going against the Bucs, a team I played with briefly. Had the one chip challenge, and I ain't really.
That's right.
Yeah,
I picked the Bucs for the Super Bowl.
You picked the Bucs for the Super Bowl, but I just think going into this game this year against the Cowboys, I think the one thing you want as a player, bro, is consistency, right?
Yep.
You want to know what you're going into week in and week out. And what did the Bucs do in this offseason? They kept all 22 players from a championship team. Don't drink yet. Not only that, they brought back all 3 coordinators. Byron Leftwich, the offensive coordinator, Keith Armstrong, special teams coordinator, and Todd Bowles. So you got the consistency. You know what you're getting not only from the coaches, but you also know what you're getting from the players. Not only that, the Bucs have the GOAT back in Tom Brady. Do we really believe Tom Brady, America, do we really believe Tom Brady is going to go out there and lay an egg week 1, Thursday Night Football, national TV?
He may lay one egg.
Are you kidding me? You don't believe that, bro. You don't believe that. In the Bucs defense, we talking about the defense, way too fast for the Cowboys. You know that. Levante David is back. Devin White, arguably the best linebacker tandem in football. JPP,
I agree with you on that.
JPP out there. Sue still got something to prove. You know what I'm saying? I just think at the end of the day, the Bucs don't. The Cowboys don't got what it takes to beat the Bucs, man. Not coming off the rip, especially after Dak and his offseason.
Oh, what? May I go now?
Proceed.
Have at
it.
Let me wet the
palate.
The palate. Okay, here we go. So look, I can't even sit. First of all, you won't sit up here and go against the Bucs last year in the Super Bowl, and I won. One chip challenge. I should make you eat another chip. That's another story for another day. Number 2, you even said it. Bro, Dak Prescott is back. And, look at this, dog. Let me just read off some notes for you.
Run it down.
I know you over here chomping at the bit. You was like, well, they couldn't stop anybody on the defensive side, and that's true. But what we have to realize is Dak was not there. Before he was hurt, he was on pace to set record numbers in the NFL throughout X amount of time. Jerry Jones signed him to a long-term deal, 4 years, $160 million. Good God almighty, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
All right? They fired Mike Nolan, and what did they do? You would like to think when you look at the NFC East, in my opinion, I think which is the weakest division in the NFL, they did a side hustle deal with the Philadelphia Eagles, traded with them, and took linebacker Micah Parsons from Penn State, first-round pick. And guess what else did they do? They went out and got the orchestrator of the newly defined defense, Dan Quinn, ex-head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, ties going all the way back to Seattle. And what did they do with their 7 draft picks that they had? 6 out of the 7 they went and picked defensive guys. I'm excited about that. Also went and brought Keanu Neal over. And so basically what I'm saying is this. I know they were crap. They were terrible. Soft toilet tissue, easy to break through and run through. But they are relying on Dan Quinn to fix a unit that ranked 31st against the run, and they damn near gave up 30 points a game. But this is what I'm excited about. When you go back through history, history shows you a team that finished in the bottom tier will not do it 2 years in a row, for the exception of one team, and that was the Cincinnati Bengals. But my point is, my Bengals, I still love them. My point is this. I believe this is the upset of the week. Say what you want. I'm going with the Cowboys.
Cowboys over the Bucs.
Cowboys over the Bucs.
Thursday night. I think we might need to watch that game together, man. What you say?
Cheers to that, bro.
Salute. Where else we going with this, man? We got the Chiefs versus the Browns. Week 1 matchup, the Chiefs versus the Browns. The team that I picked in the Super Bowl last year that did not get it done had me doing the one-chip challenge. That is why I'm going against the Chiefs right now, week 1, because they let me down. You know what I'm saying, on Behind the Mask podcast. But I think the Browns, they finally made the playoffs in 2020. You know what the rushing attack can do. Number 3 in the league last year. Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb both went over 1,000 yards. You know they got OBJ back. He's going to play with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
Finally being healthy. Going out there with Baker Mayfield, who apparently is the QB of the future for the Browns. Jarvis Landry out there. I just believe that the Browns will be still hungry. And not only that, when you talk about the Chiefs, what do you talk about? Their offense, right?
Yep.
The one thing the Chiefs could not do down the stretch last year is what? Protect Patrick Mahomes. So, what did the Browns do?
Oh, you are so right.
Right?
We had problems with the offensive line. You're right.
Offensive line had problems. Browns signed Jadeveon Clowney, who still is a fit defensive end. He doesn't have to do everything he did back in Houston as a number 1 pick. Why? He has Myles Garrett on the other side, who is proven to be one of the top defensive end, top pass rushers in the NFL.
He
so
better do more than what he did with Seattle last year.
But you got Jadeveon Clowney on the other side. So you got those two guys rushing the quarterback. Now, if the Chiefs did not address the offensive line, then address protecting Patrick Mahomes. Not only that, in the back end, you got Greg Newsome, first-round draft pick out of Northwestern. Got him. And then you signed Troy Hill from the Rams. So you're shoring up the back end as well. So you got the pass rushers getting after the quarterback, who we know likes to scramble. But then you got 2 solid cornerbacks in the back end. I just don't think Patrick Mahomes will be able to get it done like he has in the past. This is my upset, not of the week, of the year.
You are absolutely wrong. You're loud and wrong, Tutan. And let me tell you why. You are right about the Kansas City Chiefs. They had to upgrade their offensive line.
Facts.
Because he was running for his life in the Super Bowl. So what exactly did they do? They went out and signed former Patriot, Joe Thuney, the best available guard that they had on the draft and free agency. What else did they do? Went out and signed Kyle Long. Then went out and signed Orlando Brown from the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah. So they have an entire revamped offensive line, number 1. Also went out in the NFL 2021 draft and picked up the big lineman from Oklahoma, Creed Humphrey. So when I see all of this, joined by free agent signing Austin Blythe from the Rams, listen, man, these guys have an entire revamped offensive line. You brought up a good point that I really could not even debate with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hey, they brought everybody back. Guess what Kansas City did? They bringing everybody back, with the exception of the wide, the offensive linemen where they were weak last year. This is the guy that makes everything work. When you talk about Patrick Mahomes, as long as he's healthy, the Chiefs will continue to be one of the best teams in the league. And also, he said, Tutan, I don't want to just go 17-0 because the NFL said, hey, let's go. We're going to add one more game. He said he wants to go 20-0, and I believe him. Even though he went through a turf toe surgery, I think this team is going to be a force to be reckoned with. You look at them on the defensive side, Spagnuolo has done a great job of having these guys to understand game time adjustments as they continue to go out throughout the season, especially late. We saw that last year when they went to the Super Bowl. So with all of this being said, I'm not betting, even though they don't have Sammy Watkins anymore, I wouldn't dare bet against the Kansas City Chiefs and Andy Reid. Love them.
Unless it's in the Super Bowl and it's just against me.
Well, we'll come back and revisit that.
No doubt.
Cheers
man.
to that, bro.
Salute. I give you that. So let me see. What else we got? We picking some of the best games that we feel are most compelling for week one. Steelers, Bills. Our former team, Buffalo Bills, going out there. See what they're going to do. I think the Steelers are going to get this one. Why? Because
hold on.
I'm going to tell you why.
You think the Steelers are going to do it?
Bills Mafia, forgive me on this one. I think the Steelers going to get it done week one. And I'll tell you why. They had that 11-0 start last season, right?
Yep.
I was on the record, on the Behind the Mask podcast, saying I thought that Big Ben's time was up, but he showed me differently, right? I thought he would have played his last season last year. Proved me wrong. 33 passing TDs, only 10 interceptions. Formidable job for a player so long in the tooth, for playing so long in the NFL, right? And then one thing they couldn't do, last year the Steelers could not rush the ball worth a damn. Last ranked rushing attack in the NFL. What did they do? Add one of the best running backs, if not the best running back in college football, and Najee Harris.
I love him.
You love the pick. Love the pick. We said that. We talked about that. So they addressed that, right? And now the Steelers had the number 3 ranked defense. They're always going to show up. We know that. Bills' offense is prolific. I do give them that. But defense is going to show up. And no offensive tackle wants to see T.J. Watt 50 to 60 times a game. What are the Bills going to do when T.J. Watt gets after Josh Allen? What are y'all going to do?
What you mean what we going to do?
Y'all ain't got no depth in the quarterback position. What you going to do?
We got Mitchell.
Mitchell?
Well,
you did not fix your mouth to say Mitchell Trubisky.
I almost said it.
Bro.
I'm just saying, as a backup, we have Mitchell Trubisky.
Man, Simone behind the cameras could do a better job than Mitchell Trubisky out there. Are you kidding me?
Well,
are you kidding
me?
You
might be right on that.
Kidding me,
but
man?
my
You're
point
bugging.
is, I'm saying is this, dog. Listen, I understand that. Mitchell Trubisky came down on a 1-year deal. Dabo is going to do a great job. He's been doing a great job as the offensive coordinator. And I think one thing to point out, when you look at this team, the Buffalo Bills team, they went to the AFC Championship game last year, lost to the Chiefs. As a GM, Brandon Beane, your guy, you have to say, okay, we have what we need in place in order to get to the playoffs. Who is the team that put us out of the playoffs? The Kansas City Chiefs.
Right.
They could not get to Patrick Mahomes. So what did they go out to do? First round pick, they went out and got Gregory Rousseau, defensive end from Miami. Is he raw? Yes, he is.
Talented.
But very talented. Yeah. They also went out and got Boogie Basham out of Wake Forest. I had the opportunity to see this young man grow. So when I look at these two additions on top of you got Jerry Hughes coming on the outside anyway, the savvy vet, these guys are going to be hard to beat. Now, after trading away they picked for Stephon Diggs, they've done a great job of consolidating everything. The thing that I like about offensive coordinator Brian Dable is he understands, look, I got to go out. Stephon Diggs, we gave up some picks to get him, and he was well worth the price of admission.
Can't deny it. But one thing that I really appreciate about him, he went out and got another savvy vet,
Emmanuel Sanders. Listen, dog, y'all can't hold him. You won't be able to hold both of them down. And I know you want to talk about the running game. The running game was pretty much non-existent last year. Period. But this is the philosophy in Buffalo, the reason why they will not change. They're not solely depending on Josh Allen, but it's more so about we want to be able to run the ball efficiently, not more. So we're not going to come into a game and say, oh, I'm going to run the ball 20 times because that's the formula. No. I appreciate his philosophy. We know where we make our bread and butter. We make it off of Josh Allen, but we understand we need to whenever we run the ball, we need to be very efficient at running it. And I think that's going to take them to the next level.
Well, that remains to be seen, man. We're going to see how that's going to play out. Bills Mafia, even friend of Bills Mafia, our former team, got to go with the Steelers. Spice is going with the Bills. Salute.
Bills.
Woo! Gia. Another matchup. Seahawks versus the Colts. That should be a good one. That should definitely be a good one. I think for me, I have some questions about, did the Seahawks do enough to address protecting Russell Wilson, right?
Yep.
Our boy Dwayne Brown, 14th year, long in the tooth, another guy, almost an old man in NFL standards. But the Seahawks do have new offensive coordinator, Shane Waldron.
Yep.
So obviously he's going to come in.
Came from the Rams.
From the Rams, yep, in the division. They also signed Gabe Jackson from the Raiders, offensive guard. Extended Tyler Lockett. DK Metcalf is back, is there, my nephew, you know what I'm saying? So that's going to be a formidable.
Shout out to nephew.
Going to be a formidable offense as it always is. But I think the main thing is you got Jamal Adams, one of the best safeties in the game there. Re-signed Carlos Dunlap to get after the pass rusher. Dunlap is older as well, but all he has to do is come in and play on those pass rushing downs and, be stout against the run when he needs to be. He don't have to go out there and play 40, 50 snaps a game. You know what I mean? He just has to go in there and do his thing. So the Seahawks are always a threat to win. They're going to be well coached, well prepared. I think that this game, with everything going on, again, with Carson Wentz, is he back fully from the injury in the offseason? Seahawks ready to actually make another real run at the Super Bowl. DK Metcalf hungry. Russell Wilson hungry to get back out there and prove that he is an MVP caliber quarterback in the NFL.
Okay.
I think they're going to come out with a bang, and I think that the Seahawks are actually going to get the win this weekend against the Colts.
Where do they play?
Indy.
Enough said. Okay. Now it's time for me to take the mic.
Here we
Carson Wentz. He practiced on Wednesday, the first day of the week. We all know how important that is, the reason why. This is the first day of installation. Yeah. First and second down. You only have so many third downs in a game, but you have so many first and second downs. What I'm saying is this to everybody who is out there playing fantasy. I do believe Carson Wentz is going to play in this game. Now, what's not looking good is the fact that they don't have Quentin Nelson.
Yeah.
He sat out of practice. Also, Eric Fisher. He actually took his first few snaps this past week practicing with the team for the first time since he tore his Achilles. And so when I look at this, thank God they're not playing in Seattle.
Yeah,
because I know Carson Wentz, he probably will get beat up pretty good. But the bottom line is this, man. They didn't sign any blockbuster free agents in free agency. And they really focus on how can we enhance what we already have.
Yeah.
Justin Houston, he left, went on to Baltimore. Great pass rusher, had double-digit sacks for them last year. Almost double-digit sacks for them last year. Now they drafted Kwity Paye out of Michigan, the first-round draft pick, right? And then we also had our homie on the Behind the Mask podcast a few months ago,
Facts.
Darius Leonard. And so listening to him, getting the inside scoop on how this team really operates and how they play collectively as a defense, I'm going to go with the Colts on this one just simply because Carson Wentz is coming back. They're not playing in Seattle, and I think they have a good enough schedule and they have a good enough chemistry by being able to work with each other this previous offseason compared to last offseason that this team is really going to be good, especially Carson Wentz is going to benefit from it. I like this game right here. Book it.
Book the Colts.
I said it.
Over the Seahawks.
It's bold.
Keep that.
And I know it.
Keep that same energy.
KTSE. Cheers, sir.
Same energy.
Who we got next on the script?
Last game, and this is one of the best games of the week. I'm actually excited, looking forward to this game. The Packers versus the Saints. Aaron Rodgers versus famous Jameis. This is great. I'm going to tell you why this one is great is because the offseason from both quarterbacks have been so full of controversy, if you will. Aaron Rodgers was not with the team the entire offseason. Jameis Winston was in a quarterback battle the entire offseason.
True.
We know Drew Brees isn't there. The Drew Brees era is over. Jameis Winston is his first year as a starter as the Saints. Can he produce and get back to where he was still a top quarterback in the NFL in terms of production just a few years ago? Passed for 5,100 yards. I know about the interceptions. Let's not even go there. So let me take that away from you before you throw it up there. 5,100 yards in the NFL season. That's not a fluke, bro. Right? Then you got Alvin Kamara out the backfield. We know that the Packers defense can't tackle anybody. I could probably run the ball and they couldn't tackle
That
me.
was once true, but that's not true anymore.
Man, who's going to stop Kamara coming out the backfield, running the ball and catching the ball? That highlight is out there.
Okay.
Where he was literally looked like on the screenplay, looking like he was jogging down the field and scored a touchdown on the Packers, bro.
Bro, that was
same defense. That was a year ago.
the same defense. So you got a problem with my defense over there, right?
I'm not done yet. Hold on, I'm not
All
done.
right.
You got to relax, right? The Saints defense second in pressures in 2020, 8th in sacks, second in pressures. They're gonna look into coming after Aaron Rodgers, right?
Yeah.
And here's the thing: if you have your franchise quarterback who has all of these weapons but was absent in the offseason, and then that adversity hits Aaron Rodgers during the game, do you think he's gonna go back and think like, maybe this is the reason I didn't want to be with that team last year. Maybe this is the reason why I wanted to trade. Maybe this is the reason I felt my era in Green Bay is over. Or do you think he's really going to come back and say, you know what, guys, hey, come on, get in there. Come on, let's keep it going.
That's the adversity, right?
Yeah. You think Aaron Rodgers really going to do that? Or he's just going to get in the shell and be quiet as we've seen him on the sideline. Great player. But sometimes enough is enough. And if this Saints defense gets after the quarterback like they're known for doing in the most recent years, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to go into a shell the same way he did last year. Not only that, it looks like Lattimore, the quarterback, will play.
You tripping.
It looks like Lattimore, the quarterback, will play. And I know Devontae Adams is out there, so I'm going to take that away too.
Corner.
I
like Lattimore at corner.
I do too, and I don't think that Devontae Adams can be stopped. Don't get it twisted. But I think that they can help limit some of the big plays that Adams has when he's out there. The main thing, Jameis Winston, he has to produce, right?
Yeah.
Saints return all 5 starting offensive linemen from the Drew Brees era to keep Jameis upright. If he doesn't commit the key turnover in crunch time, let's hope he doesn't, the key interception, the key fumble, what have you, and if he does get rid of the ball. If he gets rid of the ball, doesn't commit the turnover, I think the Saints have an opportunity to win. I think the Saints are going to beat the Packers this weekend, bro.
Okay, let me get you straight then. When we talk about
I'm crooked?
yeah, like you are like U-turn crooked. Like, let me get you straight, bro. Like, you talk about the offensive lineman being in place to be able to protect Drew Brees. Man, I don't even think, and I like Jameis, I don't think it's fair to even say Jameis' name in the same sentence with Drew Brees with the offensive line. Just because the timing is not there.
Yeah.
And so we don't have the timing. Now, you talk about adversity. Man, I even hate to even – I put this down, and I didn't think I was going to have to go to it, too. But since you poked the bear, listen. It surprised many people when the Packers traded up in the first round of the 2020 draft to go get to not even get a wide receiver, but they went to go get Jordan Love, the heir apparent, supposedly, to Aaron Rodgers. But what happened? He was blindsided. He felt the adversity. What did Aaron Rodgers do? How did he respond to adversity? You want to read my notes? No, you can't. I'm going to read them. He responded by having the greatest year of his Hall of Fame career thus far, throwing 48 touchdowns and only 5 interceptions, winning his 3rd career MVP. Okay? And he also led the Packers to another NFC championship game and home field advantage, 13-3 record, to put that all into perspective. And so when I see this and I see this game, is it adversity with Sean Payton and Jameis? Yes. I'm very well aware that Jameis had a hell of a preseason. I had my Jameis pom-poms. I was like, go get him, Jameis. Go get him. But you know what? That boy Aaron Rodgers, he loved adversity.
That's a fact.
He loved when he can wake up in the morning and he go to the coffee machine and somebody took the last cup of Joe. That's adversity for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
He don't find a way to make it happen.
He said
So-
just relax.
Yeah, hey man, relax. 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 Just relax,
Just
bro.
relax.
I got the Packers in this game.
All right. Well, you got your picks. I got my picks. We're going to see. Hold on. Hey, Ma? Yeah. I'm on Behind the Mask podcast with Takeo. He tripping. I'm going to call you back. He don't know what he talking about. Love you, Ma. All right. Yeah. Anyway, back to you.
Yeah.
We gonna see. We might have to make a bet on these games, man. These pick'ems right now, and not only that, we got to get the Behind the Mask audience out there too to see who they really rocking with, because we gonna do this every week. We gonna showcase who we picking, and after week 1, we gonna know who really know what the hell they talking about, who don't.
Already. So make sure y'all take a tally, because we're gonna come back and revisit this. Guaranteed, book it. I'm winning.
Behind the Mask, we gonna see.
Cheers.